going on, YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and we are here for a later live stream. So tonight we're going to be watching the Avalanche and the Winnipeg Jets. And things have already gotten off to a pretty hot start here in the first period. It's already 2-0 Jets. Thank you for joining us, John, Urban, Grimmers, FFS Ray. Thank you guys for joining. And hopefully we have ourselves a pretty good game. So this is a second game here of the whiteout. The last game was incredible. A 7-6 final for the Jets. And I would not be surprised if we see a little bit of a correction in this game. In all honesty, I think I have more confidence right now after game one and just knowing how things have gone going into the playoffs. I have a lot more confidence in Hellebuck having a comeback game than I do for Georgiev. This Jets defense all season long has been incredibly solid and really good. So I just think the Jets have what it takes this year. And right now, against the Avalanche, they're kind of showing up. And here in the first period, the Jets are outshooting the Avalanche 9-2. So they're doing something right. And, it's one of those things where for the Avalanche, I think it's a bad spot for them. So the other games that are going on tonight, we already have one game that just wrapped up, and I was actually watching that game. We got a super chat, a $5 super chat from Ange. Thank you so much. And, of course, our golden member here at the channel. So if you would also like to become a member like Ange, make sure to check the links down below. I have some news coming out later this week as kind of a teaser for something I'd like to try this summer. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to check that out. So thank you for being a member for 10 months there, Ange. I do appreciate it. So anyway, like I said, we had the game that wrapped up earlier, the Rangers and the Capitals. The Rangers played really well in that game. The Capitals played much better. I was kind of pissed off at the end of game one for the Caps because they just didn't show up in the third period. Not the case here. They actually played a pretty respectable game. The Rangers did ultimately go up 4-2 at the end of the second. Tom Wilson would get one back in the third period to make it 4-3. A lot of chippiness, a lot of fight from both sides, and a pretty respectable game too. Despite the Rangers winning, it was a respectable game. And as much as Ranger fans might be saying easy sweep, this and that, I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case. The Panthers and the Lightning, they're finishing up their game. They're in the third period right now. Last time I checked, it was 2-2. We've been kind of talking about it in the Discord, so I'm kind of checking for updates with that. But same thing. If you guys are interested in checking out that Discord, the links to that are also down below and in the description of the video. But another update in that game, which is not so good for the Florida Panthers, which is Sam Bennett left the game and will not be returning for the remainder. And as it looks like this game is about to go to overtime, that sucks for the Panthers that Bennett will not be back tonight. Also, around the league, we also have another game other than this one, the fourth game being out in Vancouver. The big storyline in this one is, of course, is that a new super chat or is that, I can't tell. Whatever, either way. I can't tell. I think it's the same thing. No, it is. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so Thatcher Demko being out of the lineup is huge. The Canucks fans were very excited after their win the other night. They were basically, they were dancing on the Canucks statues in Vancouver and already starting to riot. They won one playoff game, but hey, listen, do what you got to do. But that's kind of what happened there. And then, of course, this game, it's already 1-0 Jets. Really solid game so far. Like I said, the Jets kind of came out high and flying. 3 minutes in, David Gustafsson gets his first of the postseason, and the Jets take the 1-0 lead. There's been a couple power plays back and forth here in the, really the second half of the first period. So the Jets had a power play a couple minutes ago. Now the Avalanche are currently on the power play, and it just seems like that type of game. And Urban, yeah, got to stay classy. That's been a theme of the day, right? Urban staying classy. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the channel, there was a little bit of controversy here at Goal Line Hockey. Yes, I know, it's hard to believe, but there was a little bit of controversy earlier with I made the video about the Islanders and the Hurricanes, and I did mention saying kind of like, the Hurricane fans aren't real fans, and I never really meant for it to come off that way, because there are some really good fans down there, but just some of the antics that happened last night I wasn't too happy about, and I kind of voiced my opinion on that, and I think some people were upset by that. But shout out to a ton of Hurricane fans that reached out and were very cordial, and I appreciate that very much. And I'm going to have disagreements with fan bases. That's how it goes. And sometimes I speak my mind, sometimes to my betterment, sometimes to my detriment. But I'm going to tell you guys what I think, and I really appreciated that from you guys. So thank you very much. So we are underway. Puck drop in Vancouver for game number 2. So what's good is now that there's 3 minutes left in this Winnipeg Jets game, then we could head over to the Vancouver stream and watch that. And it also looks like the Panthers and the Lightning are going to be going to overtime, which that would be awesome. That's going to be a really good overtime. I believe the first overtime of the playoffs, so that should be pretty good. What are your guys' predictions for this Jets-Avalanche game? Because right now, I think this could be another game that we see a little bit of scoring. There's already a couple power plays for each side. It just seems like, I don't know. I think Hellebuck's going to play better than he did last game. I don't see him giving up 6 goals again. But if the Avalanche, the Avalanche score a ton of goals. If they scored 3 goals in this game, I wouldn't be terribly surprised. So Urban's going 4-2. I like that prediction. I like 4-2, Urban. I'm going to say 5-3 Jets. I would go 4-2, but because Urban literally just said it, I got to be different. So I'm going to say 5-3 with an empty netter. So 4-3 in the third period, and then a late goal for the Jets to take it. Yeah, Urban, yeah, I know. That was crazy, that Oilers game. That was a really interesting game. I really didn't get to watch much of it. I was so tired last night with the stream. What's the score? So it's right now, and thank you for joining us, Drillsy. It's 1-0 Jets late in the first period. And then the Canucks and the Predators. Holy, the Predators on their first shot got a goal. Oh, no, that is not good. Oh, man. Yikes. So the first game without Thatcher Demko, the first shot on goal. Oh, man. I got to see this. I think I'm going to see the goal right here. Oh, man. That is such a bad goal. Yikes. That's a brutal goal. So Casey DeSmith, welcome to the Stanley Cup playoffs, buddy. Gives up a goal on his first shot. That did end up getting deflected, though. And Anthony Beauvillier, former Islander. All right. I got to re-see this. Oh, and they're saying, let's go Casey as he gives up the goal. Oh. Ooh, man. That is not. Oof. Canucks. Canucks Nation right now. Damn. That's tough. That's tough. Wow. So as they're chanting DeSmith's name, he gives up a goal on the first shot. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, that wasn't completely his fault. That puck definitely got deflected in front. But, whew. Overtime, baby. Where are the cat? All right, so for you guys' predictions for the Panthers-Lightning game, who's going to win and who's going to score the goal. And thank you for joining us, Luis. Thank you for joining us, FS Ray, Senza Analyst, and, of course, Ricky. Welcome in, Ricky. I'm doing very good, Ricky. Thank you. Matthew Kachuk for the Cats. Okay. So, Luis, what do you think with Bennett not being there? Do you think that's going to be a problem as the series goes along? I think it will, because he does definitely help kind of complete the team. But hopefully it's not anything long-term. Hopefully it's just for tonight. All right, Ricky, hang in there. The Avalanche with a little bit of pressure here. Let's see if they're going to be able to tie this up late in the first. Doesn't look like they will. And thank you for subscribing to the channel. You guys, I don't know what that is. Oh, Kobe. That's definitely some kind of European name. But thank you for subscribing to the channel. Much appreciated. If we can win this game, I won't be worried about Bennett being out. Okay. I'm going to go with a weird one here, Luis. I'm going to go with Kevin Stenlund, OT winner for the Panthers. Why? Not really sure. He scored a breakaway goal earlier. What was it? In who did they play? The final week of the season they played, and Kevin Stenlund scored. So his name's on my mind. I'm going with, and he's got an incredible name, Kevin. So obviously I have to go with him. It keeps falling so much. So we're going to be live streaming tomorrow night. Really excited for that one. So guys, like I said, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to stay tuned for that. I will be putting that in the community tab tomorrow morning. I already know the game we're doing. It's going to be another later stream, 10 p.m., so that's the hint I'll give you guys. But we will be live streaming around 10 o'clock tomorrow night. And like I said, I'll give you guys the matchup tomorrow. All right, so it's 1-0 Winnipeg at the end of the first period. Things definitely settled down from the end of last game. Doesn't seem like it's as chippy as it was the other night. The Canucks are on the power play here, so let's see if they're going to be able to do anything on the power play to kind of respond to that first goal there by the Predators early. Wait, so the Canucks are doing a 6-on-4? What? No way. I'm getting the live feed update right now, and I'm not really sure what they're doing here, but what's going on, guys? And Grimmers, I will watch the Flames next season. Again, once we got down the stretch toward playoff time, I was kind of focusing on playoff teams. But earlier in the year, I definitely favor like your guy. Like if there, I know there's a couple Flames fans on the channel. I will do Flames games if there's a rivalry. Right, they're playing Vancouver or Edmonton. I will favor those games. So I will definitely be doing a Calgary Flames live stream next year. Absolutely. Not a good power play here by Vancouver. They're kind of just, they're struggling to get the puck in the zone. Oh, there we go. A little bit of tussling here at the end of the Canucks power play. Love to see it. What's going on, Scott? Thank you for joining the stream. Go Leafs, go. I'm sure everyone will love that comment. Any of the Canadians here in the stream, they normally don't like the Leafs. If they cheer for the Habs, Jets, Canucks, Oilers, basically anything but Toronto, there's usually a pretty big hatred there. For whatever reason, I can't imagine why, but thank you for joining us nonetheless. And the channel's been growing a lot recently. I think I gained like 40 subscribers in the past like 2 or 3 weeks. So thank you to all of you guys that are new subscribers to the channel. You guys are very much appreciated. So another penalty for the Predators. I wish I could look at the bracket. The playoff bracket on here, but I think it's on the NHL website. NHL bracket, let's see. I should be able to pull it up. There we go. So just to give you guys a rundown of the playoffs so far, this is what we've got. Nope, that's not what we got. Never mind. Let's try and fix that. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Perfect. Okay. So obviously starting in the East, right? You got Florida, Tampa. That game's going to overtime right now to decide whether the Panthers go up 2-0 in this series or Tampa ties it, heading back to Tampa. Boston, Toronto. They split the first two games in Boston. The Rangers and Hurricanes won both their games at home to start the series. They'll be looking for a victory in Game 3 on the road. So we'll see what happens in those series. And of course, you got the thing blocking on this side, but you got Dallas and Vegas. 1-0 Vegas. They're going to be playing tomorrow night. Winnipeg, Colorado. 1-0 Winnipeg in that series. Again, they're playing right now for Game 2. Same thing for the Predators and Canucks. That's 1 apiece. And then the Oilers and the Kings are the other series going on in the Western Conference. And they just played their first game of that series last night. So overall, pretty good start to the playoffs. I hope there's no sweeps. Not just because I'm an Islander fan, but I just don't want to see a sweep here. But we'll kind of see how things fall into place the rest of the way. What's the question regarding the bracket? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. If you guys have not already, I think there's still time. You could join our bracket challenge. And there's a couple of us in there. So if you would like to join, that is available. Luis wants to see Tampa get swept. We'll see. Got former Florida Panther Anthony Duclair getting into it with Ekblad. Love to see that. And based off the poll we did on our community tab, I was asking you guys, who did you guys think was going to win today? 65% of you said the Winnipeg Jets would win Game 2. And 35% said the Avalanche would win Game 2. So a lot of people are riding the hot hand in the series so far for that one. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I think the Jets will end up pulling out the victory tonight and going up 2-0. I don't think they're going to sweep the Avalanche, but I think they're going to go up 2-0. And I think they could win this in 5 or 6 games, honestly. I do. I think they're going to, if they take at least one of the games, right, in Colorado, that's 3-1 heading back to Winnipeg. Could be another game in Colorado after for Game 6, but Yeah, the Avalanche did not look good in that game. Game 2. Has to be better. Oh, no. The biggest problem with the Avalanche, they can score a ton of goals, but their defense and goaltending is not what it's been. Like, we remember, how did the Avalanche win the Cup that year? Darcy Kemper got hot at the right time. That's not the case this year, right? You could argue a Noonan. If a Noonan comes in and is healthy, maybe he comes in and gives them help, but I would think if he was ready to go, he would have played tonight. The Panthers are outshooting the Lightning 34-23. Panthers with a couple good chances there. Reinhart right on the doorstep. Reinhart might end up getting the game winner in this one. He's been so good this year. I think he had like 53 or 54 goals. Crazy. Crazy season for Sam Reinhart. If only one of his brothers, Griffin Reinhart, if only he could have been that good with the Islanders, but I digress. It is what it is. And that's it. The Panthers win game number 2. Carter Verhaeghe, former Bridgeport Sound Tiger. Wow. And the Panthers take a 2-0 lead in this series. Carter Verhaeghe. There you go. And the Rats are reigning from the stands at Amalie. Wow. What a shot. Great patience. Great poise there by Verhaeghe to hold on to that puck. And he just roofed it. No chance for Vasilevsky there. Absolutely none. Unbelievable. Wow. Verhaeghe just roofed it. So, game 3 in Tampa. Oof. This is going to be it for Tampa. Tampa's got to find a way to win game 3, because if they go down 3-0 in this series, that's going to be real, real tough for them. Yeah, Irvin, so he's saying definitely sweeps. So I assume you're talking about the Capitals and the Islanders being swept. Right, are those the two series you're talking about? I don't know, the Capitals showed a little bit of life today. I mean, they didn't play their best, but like, the problem with the Capitals is they got to stay out of the box, and you can't give the Rangers power plays. The Rangers had power play opportunities. You really can't afford to take any penalties against them. And I would argue some of them really weren't the best calls, but I mean, you're kind of tempting fate when you're going on the man advantage, or you're on the whether you're on the power play or shorthanded, because the Rangers got 2 power play goals and a shorthanded goal. But Washington also got 2 power play goals. So I guess in a sense they did pretty good with that. You know, I gotta be honest though, as annoying as it is, I'm surprised. I would be surprised if the Capitals and the Islanders both got beat in 5 games. If they got beat in 4 or 5 games, I would be a little bit surprised. I really would. That is not what I expected in the beginning of the playoffs. Looking at it now, it definitely seems feasible, but going in, I really thought that they were going to put up a fight for at least 6 games, right? At least make it a 6 or 7 game series, but doesn't really look like it right now. Not after the first 2 games, anyway. I mean, they always have that saying, what is it? It's, you're not in trouble until you lose on home ice. But I don't know. The way that the Islanders lost those 2 games in Carolina, I don't know how they're going to come back from that. And they were dominated. And I don't know. So the Predators are going to go on the power play here. Pretty low opportunity start to this game too. There's only 5 shots on net. 3 shots for the Predators, 2 for the Canucks. But hey, we have that goal in the first 2 minutes. So that's pretty much it so far, though. It's been pretty quiet. Oh, I do remember that, Urban. Yeah, the Islanders got shut out 5-0. I don't even remember. I don't think I actually watched that game. Maybe I did a stream for that. I don't know. But yeah, they blew the 3-0 lead yesterday. That was brutal. And we were saying in the chat during the game, we were like, if the Islanders blow this lead, they're probably not coming back from that. And, of course, they did it. Yeah, you know what sucks? I think a lot of people are saying that, Urban, because with a healthy Thatcher Demko, I think people are saying the Canucks win this series in 5 or 6. Nashville, I think, is going to put up a fight here. If Casey DeSmith is starting the rest of the series, nothing against Casey DeSmith, but he's not Thatcher Demko. I'm just happy, worst case scenario, if the Canucks are to lose this series and Thatcher Demko's not in, at least I had them losing in the second round to Edmonton. So it's not like I had them going to the conference finals or the cup final or anything like that. But look at that. That was a big hit. Who was that? Zadorov? Zadorov just laid out somebody behind the play there. Damn. All right, so the second period is back on between the Jets and the Avalanche. So Urban, you're going to change your pick from you if you could, you would change your pick from from Vancouver to Nashville. I think I said Vancouver would win it in 6 games. The only thing I would change, I would maybe say they would win it in 7. But I still think they can out. I think they could beat the Predators still, despite losing Demko. Anything further than that, I think is going to be really, really difficult. But if Demko can play solid enough, he doesn't have to be Demko, just solid enough, I think they have a chance. It's also going to depend on UC Saros, because if Saros starts playing like he has in the past, that could also prove to be an issue here. So So just to show the difference in the types of hockey we're watching so far in the first round. So just perspective, right? So the second period just started for the Jets and Avalanche. The Avalanche already have 19 shots. The Jets have 14. We're in the final minute of the first period between the Canucks and the Predators. Combined, both teams together have 8 shots. 4 apiece. Incredible. Very, very different styles of play in the first round. And I'm fine for both. I think there's a lot of charm in the defensive game and very few opportunities, but it's a big deal when you see that opportunity. But it is kind of fun seeing the other games, right? The 7-6 street hockey games. But the problem is those teams tend to flame out as the playoffs go along because they're just throwing punches so much that, first of all, you don't have a goalie that can really get hot that way, right? And it's a grind when you're giving up that many goals. If you're not scoring at that same rate, all bets are off. And it's just not very... it's not reliable during a full Stanley Cup playoff run. And we've seen Oilers teams flame out that way. We've seen a couple of other teams do that as well. And there you go. So the Avalanche get on the board here to tie it up at 1. Miles Wood, former New Jersey Devil. And we are tied up at 1 in the peg. Yeah, watching this game with the Avalanche, and they're kind of talking about it now, but Georgiev, the puck kind of went up in his shoulder, and he thought he had it. It was sitting on the floor right next to him. It just doesn't seem like he has a good feel for the puck, and you kind of feel bad. Some of that's definitely probably mentally, right? I mean, he gave up 7 goals last game, so the mental warfare of the Stanley Cup playoffs as an NHL goaltender, I think, pretty good example of maybe the downside of that being Georgiev right now. And everyone guessed, right? Everyone guessed on their card tonight that David Gustafsson and Miles Wood would be the goal scorers for Game 2, right? That's what everybody picked. So there's the high stick. All right. Thank you, Urban, for joining us tonight. Appreciate it. And McCarr got that blood coming up on the lip. That's going to leave a nice little souvenir for him for the playoffs. So a 4-minute power play here for the Avalanche. Let's see if they can do some damage here and try and take some sort of control here in Game 2. So almost 2 minutes of penalty killed here by the Jets. Pretty impressive against the Avalanche. That's a really good offense they have over there, so not too bad. All right, guys, so stay tuned. Tomorrow night we'll be live streaming again. 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll give you guys the game that we'll be watching in the morning on my community tab on the channel. So if you're interested in finding out which game we'll be live streaming, all that information will be in the community tab. If you guys like this channel, want to see more videos like it, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.